guys, welcome back to my channel VTude, and in this video we are going to study force, inertia and the first law of Newton. Without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So guys, first of all, let's understand what is force. Any push or pull is called force. So push is basically जब हम किसी को धक्का देते हैं और pull is जब हम किसी को अपनी तरफ खींचते हैं. And SI unit of force is Newton. Can say kilogram meter per second square. And apart from standard unit, there is another unit called CGS, which is dyne for force, and 1 Newton is equal to 10 dynes. Now understand the effects of force. First of all, force can move a stationary body. Like when we apply some force on a stationary body, it starts moving. So this is the effect of force. When we apply force on a moving body, it can stop. And if a moving body is there and if we apply some force, it can change the speed of that moving body. Let's consider a moving body. By applying some force, we can change the direction of that moving body. So again, it's an effect of force, and the force can change the shape and size of a body. So let's understand. There is a rubber band. By pulling its sides, you can change the shape of that rubber band. Now we are categorizing forces into two types, balanced and unbalanced. So if resultant of all the forces acting on a body is 0, the force will be called balanced, and if the resultant is non-zero, the forces will be unbalanced. So here you can see there is a box on which two forces are applied, and now understand what is resultant. So here summation of these two forces will be the resultant force acting on that body. So here you can see that these two forces are acting in opposite direction. So here one force will be positive and another will be negative. So that's why I have written F1 minus F2. And from the figure you can see that F1 is quite smaller than F2. So here F1 minus F2 will be a non-zero. If you look at the previous slide, I have written move with unbalanced forces. So what does this mean? And here you are seeing that there is a box on which four forces are applied: push, weight, normal reaction and the friction. So if resultant of all the four forces will be 0, the forces will be balanced. And if the resultant is non-zero value, the forces will be unbalanced. So here you can see that weight of the body is exactly equal to normal reaction and push applied is exactly equal to friction. So here resultant of all the forces is 0. And the forces are balanced. So here in this case, this box is not going to move. From where we can conclude that to move a body, the resultant of all the forces should be a non-zero value, that is unbalanced force. And in this case, to move this box, we have to increase the push applied so that the resultant of push and the friction will be a non-zero value. So now let's understand Newton's laws. So Newton gave 3 laws regarding motion, and the first one states that a stationary body will remain at rest until and unless any external force is applied on it. And a moving body will remain moving until any external force is applied on it. So you might think that a moving ball on the ground stops itself. So this is not going to happen. Here what's happening is there is a force acting on a ball which stops it, which is friction exerted by ground. We can't say friction, but friction is always there. This law is also known as law of inertia. So here understand what is inertia. It is a property of any body by virtue of which a body resists its state of rest or of uniform motion. So let's elaborate this example. Here you can see a glass covered with a paper and a coin is put into it. So if you pull the cardboard, the coin will fall in the glass. So here coin is exerting inertia, means coin is resisting its state of rest here. So there is a very common example. Suppose you are sitting in a stationary bus and the bus starts moving suddenly. And you might have experienced it that you fall backward, your upper body falls backward. So there you were in the rest and the bus starts moving and your body tends to be in rest. To resist its state of rest, you fall backward, and this is also an example of inertia. You might have felt a sudden jerk when you are in a traveling vehicle and it stops suddenly. So, what happens there is the vehicle is in motion, also your body. So, when it stops, your body wants to resist its state of motion. In that way, you may fall forward. To avoid this, to avoid the injury caused by this forward fall, people are advised to wear seat belt. So guys, that's it for this video. If you like the video, press the like button and make sure you do subscribe the channel, and we'll cover the rest part in the next one.